Have I ever told you about the time I went camping?
No. Tell me about it. Hello, welcome to Boy Time.
Hello and welcome to Boy Time.
Hey, this is Boy Time.
Hello and welcome to Boy Time. Boy Time is about all of us having a great time.
Boy Time!
This is Boy Time.
On today's story time, we're going to be talking all about camping. So to honor that, we're camping.
I'm excited to be camping, and I'm excited to be talking about camping because you've been camping so much, and I know you have a bunch of great stories, so I just want to hear them.
I'm an avid camper.
You are. He camps all the time. In my family, we go camping in a camper, which is so much different than this. Like, I can't even describe because there's air conditioning in a camper. A lot of the time, there's cable, there's a toilet, and you have an oven and everything. It's so much easier.
Yeah. I mean, here, we're not even on a campground. We're in the national forest. Just drove out and found a spot and four-wheel drove and then brought everything down into this little valley. There's no air conditioning, as you can see.
None at all.
It's just rough.
But I'm appreciating it though because the scenery is just so good. Like, and I mean, Tel's impressive because when he was back, he backed in like 30, 40 feet, just like in trees, just solid, and it was impressive. Good job on that part.
Thank you.
But yeah, I love camping though because I've only done this. It was really a half a time last time and then a half a time this time. But the times that I've been able to camp with you guys are just so much fun, and we always have a blast.
Yeah.
What kind of other stuff have you done camping?
Well, this camping trip, we were really preparing for rain because the forecast, like, this forest is about an hour away from where we live, and it was just downpour over there, and so we were expecting rain, and we set up a shelter of tarps and everything like that, and there was absolutely no rain out here, none at all.
And there was like a 90% chance of the rain or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
It was a high chance, and it didn't rain. And so I got here yesterday, and it was just like, oh, did it rain? Nope. And then they had everything set up. But
yeah.
I'm glad it didn't rain because I'd rather it not. I mean, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, there was this one trip in the rain that made it really interesting. So we were driving through the trails, you know, it's a hunting trail that we go down. So we were driving down the hunting trail and it was just pouring, and Matthew was driving his truck and he kind of slipped off the road into this ditch. And so he can't get out of the ditch, so I'm in front of him. So I try to pull off to the side so I can go back to pull him out. But as I pull off to the side, I slide off and now I'm stuck in a different ditch. So Matt's down the road like 30 yards on the right side of the road, and I'm on the left side of the road, both in ditches. So
was there another car there?
No, it was just us two.
Oh my gosh.
So we're both stuck. I didn't have a come along at the time. And so I call my dad since he's only an hour away, and I'm like, Dad, we're both stuck and it's raining. Can you come help us and pull us out? Because he has a lot of experience, four-wheel driving and everything.
I'm sure.
So he's like, this was a Wednesday night, and he's a music director at a church, so he leads the choir. On a Wednesday night, they have choir and then band practice. So I call him, and he's in the middle of choir practice. And I'm like, hey, Dad, we got the truck stuck. We need some help. And he just starts laughing at us, and then he told the choir and started making fun of us. And then he's like, well, I'm at church right now, so I can come get you in about 4 hours. So we're like, oh man, so he's not going to be able to leave until 4 hours from now, and then he has to drive another hour, so it's going to be pitch black.
Yeah.
So we're thinking we're going to have to set up right on the road in the pouring rain. But luckily, we just decided to start moving, and we got the axes out and started chopping down trees, and we started wedging trees underneath Matt's tires in the ditch. It kind of made like a little ramp, and we were able to drive Matt's truck out of the ditch, out of the little ramp we built.
So and you were able to get out.
Then he came and pulled me out of the ditch.
That's great.
And then we just went on our way.
And did you call your dad? Or did you
Yeah, then I called Dad and I'm like, hey Dad, we're good.
later?
No, I called Dad and he's like, hey, we're good.
Man.
And he was disappointed, but he was proud of us, you know. He likes to pull people out.
Well, good job, boys.
Later in that trip, in the rain, we were having to set up a tarp because it was raining the entire time, and the tent was leaking. We had a puddle of water in the tent. We had to hang our sleeping bags up to dry. So we were trying to cook, but it was pouring rain, so we couldn't have a fire. So we set up a tarp over top of the fire, and we couldn't get high enough. So we took some sticks and duct taped them together, and Matt made a ladder, and we climbed up the tree to hang the tarp.
Wow.
It's quite an adventure.
Yeah,
camping.
that's pretty great. I mean, the one time I went before this, I got stuck in the truck, and my truck got stuck, and I was worried because, like, I didn't really know how often that happened, so I was like, this is my first time with these guys, and I already got my truck stuck, and they're just going to think I'm a big dummy. But luckily, they were just like, oh, it happens every single trip,
Yep.
and it worked out. We were able to get it out, but it was so complicated to get that sucker out of the mud. And then, like, Matt's got stuck trying to get me unstuck, and it was bad, but, man, I hate that happens, but I
think it makes it interesting. Like
it gives you something to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, kind of get frazzled a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
I was kind of worried that I was like, we're not gonna be able to get this unstuck at all, and my parents are gonna hate me because I'll have to leave my truck in the woods an hour away from home and never see it again. But man,
Yeah, Dad had to do that one time. He lived in Colorado.
really?
Yeah, he was driving up the mountain, and his axle broke.
Oh my gosh!
So he just left his truck on the side of the mountain.
Did he come get it later?
Yeah,
Okay, well that's.
but I mean, he just left it there, and
Did
then
he walk to wherever he was going?
I don't know. He either
Hitchhiked on the side of the road.
he probably was with a buddy or something,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
that's crazy. I can imagine that being really fun, like a fun story to tell your kids.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just had to hitchhike on the way home because my truck broke down. But at the time, I bet it was just like,
Yeah, if
oh
our
my
truck broke
God.
down, it would be just awful.
I would
We have
feel
too much stuff.
scared. Just we wouldn't be able to do anything, and we have valuable stuff. It's not like we're just
Yeah.
going with nothing. So
And all this stuff is new. This is most of it's
yeah, I
first
know,
trip.
man. I'm happy that, like, have we gotten a truck stuck so far
No,
this trip?
this is the first trip
Ever?
of boy time
Yeah.
that
Of
a
knowing
truck has
getting
not
stuck.
gotten stuck yet.
Wow, I'm proud of us. That's really great
Yeah.
because I know we struggle with it. It's because we left my truck like way down there so I wouldn't get it stuck. So that's good. I think that's smart. That way I didn't have to do all the crazy driving either. Man, I'm glad we're not getting stuff stuck.
Yeah.
Camping is just like an interesting kind of thing because it takes you away from everything. I love it so much for that reason. And the worries in the wood are like so small. You know what I mean? You're worried about things like, oh, what was that rustle in the dark? You're not worried about
Yeah.
school or anything like that. And I just love that.
Yeah, or you're worried about, oh, do you think we have enough wood
Yeah.
so we don't have to get up in an hour to go get more wood? So it's just like, how long can we sit here?
Yeah, yeah. You have to worry about the next time you have to move, pretty much. That's it.
Or how deep the lake is to go jump off a rock.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's a good thing. And I'm glad that you brought us into this whole camping thing. And it's an interesting
great.
thing for friends to do because I don't know another group of friends that just go out and camp.
Well, the great thing is it's like a vacation,
Yeah.
but it's at most like $30.
Yeah, I know, and that's like
And that's an expensive trip. Like we have so
steak
many leftovers
and
right
bacon and chicken and all this good stuff, corn and just everything. And like it's not like it's cheap, but
now.
it's
Unlimited
not.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I mean, Tel loves his Mountain Dew, and everybody knows that. But I appreciate that, and that's one of the reasons. My family, we go camping in a camper, and it's so much cheaper to do that because you can go anywhere for cheap in a camper rather than like in a hotel somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hotels are expensive, but a camper isn't expensive. It's a very inexpensive thing. And so that's amazing because we can travel to more places and have more fun as
Yeah.
a family. And that's the same thing with a group of friends. You can travel to different places and have more fun together, spending time together in the woods camping. And it's just a great thing.
Yeah, I would love to go camping in a camper or an RV, but it would just be a completely different type of camping. It would.
Oh, it absolutely. You can't compare the two. You can't think of it as the same
Yeah.
thing because they're not the same thing. It's so far away from being the same
Yeah.
thing. And you probably think that I'm just like it's so cushy and stuff. Which I mean, it's a lot different from being in your house because everything's so tight and close.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not as hard as being
Right.
in the woods.
I still would consider it camping. I mean, it's just, this is what we call primitive camping.
Yeah.
Even though we're using lighter fluid to start fires and we're sitting in, you know,
nice chairs.
yeah,
and
and
everything.
everything. We have $100 hammocks and such.
Good hammock.
But primitive camping of what nowadays is, instead of like going to a campsite and setting up a tent and grilling on an actual grill, we grill over the fire.
Over the fire, so that's good. I think that's good on us.
But camping's just great.
I love camping so much, and I'm glad we sat down and talked about camping a little bit. This was a good idea. If you like the video, like the video. If you have any comments about times you've been camping, comment down below.
Yeah. Got any interesting stories? We want to know about them.
Thanks for watching.
Nice to meet you where you've been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, music, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Looks a game, wanna play. Oh no.
3, 2, 1. It's really dry. Oh man. Oh my gosh.
Stupid jet skis.
First video we do.
Glad we were recording for that.
Okay, great. How do you think it went, though?
12 minutes.
Hey, bud.